Cool. So yeah, Mia, thank you for that. But I am getting old. It's true. When you go back and forth with someone, it's, yeah, definitely awkward. Miss Yama, you have pretty bad eyesight, so you can't see people's faces. Would skate around USC campus and have everyone greeting me, but you don't know who you're saying hi to. You just say hi to everybody. Yep, for sure. It's a blind person problem. I get it. I get it. Same. Like, oh yeah, when you like walk, David's talking about when you're like walking with some, you're walking like you're coming towards someone and like you go left and they go left and then you go right and they go right. Right, you do this like little dance thing. Yeah, yeah, that's the worst. That's why we walk right in the hallway. Like, stay to the right, walk, stay to the right, walk. Everybody stays to their right. You don't have a problem. For sure, for sure. All right, cool. All right, team. Let's jump in. We'll continue to own our awkward moments. It is JR's birthday, so if you know JR, you can let him know you're saying happy birthday. And then let's jump in with our announcements today. It is week 10. Holla. We are almost there. We got one more week. It's also Thursday, Friday Junior. 1 week from today, we will be like this close to being done with the quarter. So for sure, we're going to make that happen. And we just have like 3 assignments left. They're actually all in Illuminate already. So you can check them out. PT2, PT3, PT4. Right. So you're available there. I did want to just let you know on some module closures, because I know some of us are trying to get our grades up in other classes as well. So module closure, that means like you cannot turn in anything after this date or it will not be accepted, right? So next Wednesday, 6 days from today, English is closing and you will not be able to turn in anything else. On Thursday is a big day. History, physics, and Spanish are all closing on Thursday. You cannot turn in anything after Thursday in these classes. And Friday is this class. If you're working on anything for this class, we want to make sure that you are turning it in by Friday. These are all midnight, right? All midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I also wanted to highlight, I know that a lot of us are working on increasing our grades. I would also encourage you, if you are someone who has like straight C's, maybe working on a few of those becoming B's. And the reason why is because in your GPA, C's really kill it, because C's are only 2 points and a B is 3 points. And so there's like a big difference. If you have a C plus, that's like the worst. That's like the most like, it's the most awkward grade, because with a C plus, you only get 2 points for your GPA. Or if you worked like just a little bit harder, you could have a B minus, and the B minus would get you 3 points for your GPA. So super duper important. I'm team no C's. That's all, like A's and B's is like always the goal. That's always what I think. So A's and B's, let's do it. Cool. Y'all, we did a great job on PT last week. For those of you who were here, not last week, Tuesday. For those of you who were here on Tuesday, almost everyone submitted, and I was super pumped about that. Chelsea, you submitted, but I need you to resubmit. So do check out my comments on Canvas. This is as of last night. So if you turned it in this morning, shout out to you. You are awesome. I just haven't graded it yet. So that's why I haven't moved you up to the caught up section. But if you're in my purple box, thank you so much for being caught up on PT. I appreciate you. Cool. Do we have any questions about anything? Any questions? Sorry, no. I'm gonna drink some water. My voice is feeling weird. Y'all hear that? It's like stuck, like I'm old or something. I don't know. It's because I'm like eating. All right, team. Okay, cool. We're gonna jump into our notes. As we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and send you the document link. I want everybody to go ahead and open up this document and make a copy of it, please, right now. Make a copy. It looks like this when you get there. PT Task 2. Make a copy for me. See, a bunch of you all are on here now. Looking great. Glad to see you here. Go to make that copy. Don't just stay on mine. Once you make a copy, you can go ahead and log off mine. Thanks, Derek, for being here. Thanks, Emily. I see you. Thanks, Elder. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Ezra. Go ahead and make your copy, then you can get off of my copy so it's not taking up too much power on your computer, on your phone. For sure, make that copy. We're gonna work through this together today, so I wanna make sure that you have that copy from the beginning. A few of you all asked last week, like, Miss, how many notes do I have to have? Like, what does that need to look like? So I wanted to show you some good notes from Tuesday. I love this is like two separate people. It doesn't have to be a lot of notes, right? Just like, I like that this person bolded their, like, the big words that they were learning. I love that Angela, she said, like, this wasn't on a slide, but she heard us talking about it. So she typed it in. She said, when 18, the person has to be responsible with either credit or debit card, right? That wasn't on any of the slides last week, but that was something we were talking about. So I really love that. We have our, like, some other great notes from Ashley and JR. If you're taking them on paper, you can underline things. Same thing when you're taking them in the notes box there. Love it. And then finally, one more set. This is like above and beyond excellence. This person, Brittany and Imani, they used highlighter in order to highlight some of those things. Some of y'all in this classroom also did amazing things with your notes last time. So I'm no hard feelings. I just saw these ones and I was grading their class first. So I pulled up some of these awesome notes. So I really appreciate that. They don't have to be long, right? They should not be like 2 sentences. So some people got a little bit lower because they only had like 2 bullet points on their notes, but some better than none. So they did get some points, even if they only have sentences. Okay. Cool. I am going to toss it to Stephanie to talk to us about budgeting and saving. Let's do it up. Go ahead, Steph.
Okay, so continuation on from Tuesday's class. I wanted to say Monday for some reason, and we did touch on credit and debit cards, and now we're gonna learn how to budget and save all that money that's in your cards. Okay, so touching really quick on what Ms. Max said about notes and stuff, if you can see the top right corner, it says listen in class, no notes on this page. So for every one of the slides to come, you're gonna see something like that. And when you do need to take notes, that little box will change. So, okay. Okay, so by the end of this lesson, you're gonna be able to answer the following 4 questions. What can I use to keep track of my money? Is there a way to determine what I need and want? How can I teach myself to budget my money? And how do I properly manage my money? Okay, so budgeting and saving 101. Now, okay, if there's one thing to take away from this entire presentation or this entire day is to always pay yourself first. That is key to budgeting, saving, anything that has to do with your money if you're trying to be smart with your money. So the difference between budgeting and saving is that budgeting is a plan to decide how you're going to spend your money for the month. And this is meant to be done in advance. So let's say on the first of the month, you're planning out what you're gonna spend for the month, all of your expenses, and making sure that you have enough money to pay off all your bills. And it's just to make sure that you don't run out of money for the things that you need. And then saving is income that is not spent. So in order to save money, you need to be able to reduce your spending. And this can be different things through a bank or an investing fund. Okay, so now our vocab words. The first one is emergency fund, which is money that you need to save in case of an emergency. And in most cases, this tends to be between 3 to 6 months of expenses. So this is always money that you need to have in case of a last minute hospital trip. You know, you never plan those, or you have a flat tire, things like that, that you might need to, that might just come up out of nowhere. And flexible expenses are monthly expenses that can be reduced or changed. So, for example, when you go to the groceries, you don't always spend $100 on groceries. So, this is something that can change depending on the day that it is, the month that it's going to be. And the third one is your needs. These are things that are 100% essential, that if you don't purchase things, you're basically not going to survive without them. And then your wants are things that can wait to be purchased, which is, of course, your shoes, a new pair of shoes, new clothes, um, your Monday morning coffee from Starbucks, Dunkin', wherever you get your coffee. Um, these are things that you can survive without, basically.
For sure. Thanks, Steph. I'm gonna go ahead and pause us here because I know that some of us are writing, some of us are typing, might have a few like thoughts or questions. Are there any questions about emergency funds? So if you're thinking about an emergency fund, if you need 3 to 6 months of expenses, that means like if your rent and your utilities and all of your stuff, if that adds up to like $2,000 in a month, then I need to have $6,000. I need to have 2,000 times three, $6,000. I need to have that saved up in case I lose my job, or like with COVID, we know, right? Like emergencies can happen where we lose our job and we don't have the money that we thought we were going to have. So an emergency fund is like the first thing that you work on building. Okay. Flexible expense, like Stephanie said, like groceries, things that change over time, right? So your utilities are usually pretty much the same, right? Unless you start like taking really long showers or something, your water bill is pretty much the same every time. And then we have needs versus wants, which we're going to talk about next. If you are still listening to my voice and you're with us, can you just go ahead and put a Y or an emoji in the chat? Let us know that you're with us. Thanks, Gracia. Appreciate you. Thanks, Mia. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Em. Thanks, Elder. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate you. Thanks, Ari. Loving these lives. Appreciate you. All right. I know we went pretty fast on that first one. Don't forget, you do have a link to the slides. You have a link to the slides. And please remember, you do not need to write down everything that is here. If I was writing down something, if I was writing down my notes for this slide, I would write something like this. I would write budgeting, a plan for how to save money. And I would write saving, when you save money. That's all I would write off of this side. Oh, and then pay yourself first. I would put this, pay yourself first, right? Pay yourself first. Oh yeah, Stephanie, delete real fast. Sorry about that. So we have paying and saving, right? Like you don't need to write, like maybe 3 things need to be written down off this page. You don't need to write every single word. That would not be worth it. If I was writing on this one, I might write emergency fund, money for emergency, flexible expense, things like expenses that change, like groceries, needs, essential, wants, things that can wait. Right. So you don't have to write down, I don't want to just like copy and paste this into my notes. That's not worth it. Right. I want to write down the things that make sense for me. Cool. Steph, are we ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Amazing.
Okay, so before we continue, we're going to play a quick little game that I basically named Do I Need It? And during this activity, you guys are going to have about 30, 40 seconds to put your most recent expenses into the chat. So the top 3 things that you just spent money on, and then we're going to decide whether it's a need or a want. So go ahead and put your last 3 recent expenses into the chat.
The last 3 things you bought. For me, I'm gonna put, what did I buy? Groceries. Shoes and a blender. Nice. If you direct message me, I'm gonna put them in the chat. I won't say who you are, but I'll put them in the chat so we have them. So we've got clothes, skincare, food from Gracia. We've got a controller for a PS4, socks and food. Brandon's got shoes, food, PS5. Dang, you guys are ballers. Awesome. What else have we bought? Clothes, food, shoes. Cool. All right, Steph, let's get started with those ones.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the one that I see first. So there's clothes, skincare, and food. So we'll start with clothes. Is clothes a need or a want?
Ooh, we have an
Okay,
argument.
seems like there's two. So, okay, well, that depends. What kind of clothes? Was it just like a let me waste my money and, Fashion Nova has a sale or something? Or was it, did you need socks? Okay, food, yes, food is a need. We have Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. Do we think Chick-fil-A and Starbucks is a want or a need? It seems like we have
Me.
both. That's true. It depends. It really does depend. In terms of coffee, I love my Starbucks in the morning or just honestly at any time of the day. But we do need to save that money so it doesn't hurt to make coffee at home. And then Chick-fil-A, I mean, food's essential, so but it doesn't have to be Chick-fil-A. The PS5 controllers, PS4 controllers, shoes, skincare. Skincare is definitely a need. So it seems like we have a 50-50. So I guess we're not spending all of our money on all of our wants.
I think we also had, let's see, David bought a knife for his video game in game currency. I mean, I get it. I think it depends, right? If you have to like spend your real life money in your video game, then you can decide. I think the biggest difference for me is like, all right, when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about like, do I need this in order to make money or to live, right? In order to make money or to live. So like when I think about like gas, like I put gas over here in the need category, right? Because like that's what I need. I got to have gas to get to work. It's going to help me make money, right? Do I need a new car? No, I don't need a new car. That's something I want, right? Do I need to pay my rent? Heck yeah, I need to pay my rent. What else do I need? What are some needs that we can think of? Like what is this? Yeah, bills. What kind of bills? You need water bill? Uh-huh. Well, the water bill as well as just regular water, right, Sheree? For sure. Gas, water, electric. There's one more that we don't always think of as a utility. There's one more that we don't always think of as a utility, but it's still a bill. Oh, maybe your phone bill, yeah. Right? Just get a home phone. You could get a home phone, but I would say a cell phone right now is maybe like a need. I think of like a cell phone is actually kind of a need. You got to have it if you're trying to get like if your boss is trying to get a hold of you, they need you to have a phone. Get a home phone. Ay. So we have a phone bill. Do you need so like then getting the new iPhone, right? Or getting the new Android, those are wants, right? But having a phone, just having a cell phone that can call and text and probably like use Google Maps, like probably you want a cell phone, right? For sure. So I always think of needs. Needs are like things that make money or to stay alive. Things you need. So like Target is a need and pink. Yeah, no, I mean, some things at Target are needs, right? Pink is maybe not a need. I don't know. You can get some stuff at Target. I don't know. So anyways, that's how I think about needs and wants. Y'all are doing great. Yeah, easy to tell. All right, let's jump back in. Stephanie, talk to us. Okay, I know that I want to save up some money so that I can buy the things that I want. If I want to save up, how can I save up? How much money should I save?
A key thing here is definitely self-discipline. It always comes down to being a mental thing. And if you keep telling yourself, oh, yeah, I'm going to save money, I'm going to save money, but then 2 seconds later, you're in line at Starbucks, no, that is not self-discipline. You really need to settle yourself and say, I'm trying to save for a car because you don't have a car, or you're trying to save for college tuition because let me tell you, it's expensive. So, you definitely need to put yourself in that mentality that, hey, I'm gonna save my money. So in order to do this, one of the known things is the 50/20 rule. So it's when you get a paycheck and you put 50% of your paycheck into your needs, which is, your bills and everything that we listed that you need to survive, and then 20% into your savings, which is for retirement and basically to be rich in the future. And then 30% into your wants, which can go towards, your Starbucks, your Target runs, Pink runs, whatever kind of runs you have. Um, and it always goes down to your own living situation. If 50% of your needs, 50% of your paycheck can't go to your needs and you need to do 60%, 40%, whatever it is, just find a way to make it consistent to where you're going to put something into your needs, something into your savings, and some percentage into your wants. So don't just flood everything into your wants and do like 10% into your needs. So you really need to know how to manage that money depending on your situation and how much you're going to need to pay your bills.
Yeah, and Maya's like, it's like those money books. It is like those money books. Those money books were written for a reason, right? Like those money books are written because they work, right? And they help people to save their money. So for sure, for sure. If you've ever read some like Dave Ramsey, I know some of my students were doing it, that type of thing. All kinds of like I know there's like lots of them, like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I know a lot of people have read those. So yeah, it's just this is a good rule of thumb. I put binders and pockets and label them. Mia, we're about to talk about that in like literally on the next slide. So I love that. I just wanted to highlight if I was taking notes on this slide, I would make sure that I have something written like this, like 50% needs, 20% savings, and 30% wants. And then I would say like this takes self-discipline, right? And I might say like, I gotta know my goals. Gotta know my goals, right? And that's what I would take notes on this slide. It does not need to be like exactly what it says on the slide. Okay. Stephanie, talk to us about budgeting and saving.
Okay, so Mia kind of already gave a little hint on what we're going to be talking about here. But in terms of methods for budgeting, like Mia mentioned, the envelope method, which in her comment was a binder, this is more for when you're using cash. You can do, I've seen it where you do the numbers 1 to 100, and then every single week you pull out an envelope, and whatever number you get, that's the amount of money you're going to put away. So this is just something that you can do towards 100 days, 200 days, or you can do the entire year where it's 365 days. And by the end of the year, you'll have money saved up for that. And then another one is to label your little pockets as what you're going to have to spend for the month. So it can be for your rent, you can have an envelope for your phone bill, the envelope for your car payments, for your credit card payment, whatever you're gonna have to pay off. This is where you store all that money so that your money is always there for you to use. And then there's also the traditional budgeting, which is more for your like electronic cash. And it's kind of where you just keep track of things on an app, on a piece of paper, on a Google sheet. I know my mom, she likes to use a piece of paper where she writes down, I need my Target payment this month. I need my Victoria's Secret payment this month, or her phone, stuff like that, so that she has somewhere to refer back to every single time. And then for savings, like I mentioned earlier, it's all a mental thing and you need to have self-discipline. So really, really set your goals. Um, so for me, a goal right now is my college tuition because I don't want to be broke. And so I'm using the piggy bank method where I have a box and every single time that my parents or I get scratchers, we put all that money in there. So it'll be $5, $10 here and there, but eventually it'll add up. You just have to like keep putting into it and make sure to never take out because then you're just reversing your work. Um, and you really have to decide what your priorities are and be realistic with yourself. So going back to the Starbucks example, you don't always have to have Starbucks. And I know that's hard because I know I like to have my Starbucks all the time. Um, but it doesn't hurt you to make coffee at home or to cut down on your Target runs instead of 2 every single week. You can do 1 every single month instead. And I know it's really hard, but it also goes down to self-discipline.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
definitely,
hard, miss.
it's so hard. I go to Target every week for sure, but I have to force myself not to go twice in a week. Whew. So I can share a little bit about how I do this in my life. So I think Mia mentioned having a savings account in your bank, and that's what I have too. So for my budgeting, I use something called Truebill. There's an app called Truebill. And I'll show you if I can get it to load. And this is not my real money. I'm just showing you like what it like scrambles all the numbers. So don't freak out. This is not my real money. So what the app does is it connects to your credit card and your debit card, and it tracks how much you've spent. So like this says like you spent $8,984 this month. Woof, that is a lot. I do not spend that much. But this white line is my spending since the beginning of March. And then like this dot right here, that's like how much I've spent so far. If you can see like the darker blue, whoops. If you can see the darker blue, that's how much I spent last month at this time. So I'm like a little bit over that. So I'm spending more than I was spending before, right? What's cool about the app too is you can like set up some budgets down here and it tells you how much money you have left over. So right now, this is saying that I have $1,899 left over for the rest of this month. And that means that I have $146 a day. I don't spend that much money. I don't have that much money. But if I was like, the app tells you when I unscramble it, it tells me how much money I have. So like right now, if I look at it for my own numbers, I have $60 a day for the rest of the month. Like I haven't spent very much money, so I have some extra money left over, which is pretty cool. So I use an app called Truebill for my budgeting part. And then for my savings, I set up a savings account in my bank. And most bank accounts have checking and savings. Yeah, the app helps you budget. So the app like walks you through each of the different ones. Like, do you want to have it like tell us how much your rent is? And then you tell it your rent, and then they're like, okay, that's your rent budget. And then it also gets to see when your money comes in, and it says like, oh, you put in this amount of money. So like you put in this amount, and you're taking away this much for rent. You're taking away this much for groceries. Taking away this much for like fun stuff. You're taking away this much for your savings, that kind of thing. So it helps you budget. When I'm saving, right? When I'm saving, I have an account that has my checking and savings, right? And then within my account, I have something called a sub account. And sub accounts are like baby accounts inside of your regular account. So I have a sub account that is for my vacations, right? So every once in a while when every month I take some money out of my paycheck and I put it into my vacation fund so that when I go on vacation, I have extra money, right? I have one account that's for like saving up for a car. One account that's saving for a car. So I take a little bit of money and put it into that account so that when I need a new car, I can get a new one. I don't have to like worry about that. I have one account that's like my savings What are the other ones? Oh, one is my savings for the summer. I don't get paid during the summer. Like when we're all on summer vacation in July, I don't get paid. So I need to like save up for the summertime so that I can like pay my rent during the summer. Right. So I don't want to just use all my money. I have to have some saved up for the summertime. And then the last one is for my like contributions. So for me, it's super important that I give money to some organizations. So I do that through my church and then through some other organizations that I care about a lot. And so I want to make sure that I'm able to like continue to give money to them. And so I like have a like a separate savings account where I transfer it in and then I transfer it to the people that I want to give it to. So that is really cool. And like that's not something that like everybody has, but that's something that's like important to me. And so that's something that I like save and have saved. Cool. Do y'all have any questions about budgeting and saving? Any questions for me? Any questions about your own saving? I really love Stephanie's way of saving, where she just like when she has ones or fives or maybe tens, she sticks them somewhere. For me, I used to use like a jewelry box thingamabob. Stephanie, what do you use? What do you put your extra cash into?
My extra cash is in a little Christmas theme box in my closet.
Cute. I love
It was
it.
a gift from my mom, and she's like, you know what? Start putting your things in here. And also, it doesn't necessarily have to be cash. I know for my birthday, I got a lot of Starbucks gift cards, and instead of automatically putting them into my app and going to Starbucks every 2 hours, I put them in there because I know very well that I'm gonna need coffee in college. So that's where all those Starbucks cards are going towards.
That's awesome. What a good idea. Cool. Okay, now that we've learned a little bit about budgeting and saving, we're gonna pretend on our task, we're gonna pretend that we're a real human, right? We're like we're someone getting some money. So let's go to part 1. Can you pop a Y in the chat if you are ready for part 1? If you're ready for part 1. We are humans. Yeah. We're not gonna pretend that we're humans. We're gonna pretend that we are a different human than the one that we are. Yes, we are humans. We don't have to pretend. Most of us. All right. David, Brian, Lauren, you all with us? Brandon, you with us? Derek, Gracia, where are you at? Elder, you with us? Yes, great. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I just didn't see your Y's. Are you with us? Didn't see your Y's. Wanted to make sure I got you. All right, let's do some of this together. It says, you have been hired as an assistant manager for a new movie theater. For this full-time job, you'll earn an annual salary of $37,000. Your first day of work is January 1st, and you're paid bi-monthly. That means twice a month, on the 14th and the 28th of each month, or the Friday before, if those days fall on the weekend. So if your day, so like I get paid on the 1st and the 15th, if those days are Saturday or Sunday, they pay me on Friday before. So I get my money early, which is cool. Deductions from your paycheck, for example, taxes and Social Security and your insurance, are 30% of your gross total income. Oof, that's a lot. All right, let's see. So how much do I earn each payday before taxes? Right, so I have $37,000, right? How many paychecks do I get during a year? If I get 2 every month, how many months are there? Chelsea's got me. How many months are there? Y'all can do it. Come on. I know you know how many months there are. 12. There are 12 months in the year. Yeah, there are 12 months in the year. So if there's 12 months in the year and I get paid 2 times every month, I'm gonna do 12 times 2. 12 times 2, Chelsea got me already, is 24. So I'm gonna divide by 24, right? So 37,000, so that's how much I get paid every year, divided into 24 paychecks. I'm going to go ahead in my calculator. I'm going to do 37,000 divided by 24. And I get $1,541.66. So I'm going to put that right here. This is how much money I get in my account. This is how much money per paycheck I earn. Per paycheck. Right? Cool. All right, here's the problem though. Do I get to take home all of that money or do I have to pay taxes? I don't get to take it all home, huh? Right? 30%, yeah, absolutely. It says deductions from your paycheck, like taxes and Social Security, are 30% of your total income, right? So I start with 15,441.66, and I have to take away 30%. How do I calculate 30%? What's the decimal for 30%? What's the decimal? Anybody remember? Like 30 over 100? 30%. Yes, good job. 0.3. 0.3. So I'm going to multiply times 0.3, right? So the number that I get times 0.3. So 1541.66 times 0.3. And I get 462, and we'll call this 50 cents because it's almost 50 cents. All right, 462 and 50 cents. So here I'm going to have 462. Miss Yama or Steph, can you let Sada in? It's not letting me type until that happens. Thank you. Come on, computer, do it. There we go. So 462. Nope. I don't know why it does this sometimes. Oh, thanks, Steph. Sorry about that. All right, 462.50 is coming out of paycheck. Here we go. All right, so 462.50 is coming out of our paycheck, right? But we can't, so we're gonna have to subtract the 1541.66. We're gonna take away $462 because $462 is coming out of my paycheck, right? So here I'm gonna say, okay, 41.66 minus 462.50, right? Minus that amount, right? So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to take this amount and I'm going to subtract it from here, 50. I get $1,079.16. Oof. Okay, so I'm only getting this amount. Only that amount is what I'm going to have in my paycheck, right? In my paycheck, I should be getting $1,500, but I'm only going to get $1,000, right? That's not very much money when it comes down to like all the things I have to pay for, right? So we're going to say, okay, how can I save each payday? How much am I supposed to be saving? What percent am I supposed to be saving? What percent am I going to be saving? Y'all remember from our 50, 30, 20 rule? What percent should I save? What percent should I save? Yeah, 20%. Okay, so I'm going to save 20%. 20%, almost them. I'm saving 20%. 50% is for my needs. 30% is for my wants, and 20% is for my savings. So I'm going to save 20% of this number here, right? My decimal for 20%, I'm going to take this number times 0.2. right? That's going to give me $215.83. That's how much I can save. Saving, right? $215 is how much I can save. Woof. All right, $215. That's how much I can save. So if that is true, then let's see. You still live with your parents. That's good because rent is expensive. Woof. A theater is 45 minutes commute by bus. So you want to buy a car, right? So that you can get to work. So you can, so once you save enough money. You've seen several cars that meet your needs that cost $6,500, right? $6,500. So we want to know how many months will it take to save us for this car? So I'm going to start with that 6,500. Oops, not 65,000. 6,500. And I'm going to go ahead and divide by how much I can save every month. How much I can save is $215. So I'm going to take this. It's going to take me 30 paychecks, 30 paychecks to save up that much money, right? So since it's going to take me 30 paychecks, how many months is that? 30 paychecks, remember I get 2 per month, so 30 divided by 2 be 15. 15 months to save up for this car. Right, so 15 months to save up for my car. Wow, that would take a long time to save up for my car, right? That's like over a year to save for my car. So pretty intense, pretty intense. For the rest of our assignment today, all you're gonna do is you're gonna tell me one thing you learned today. One thing you learned, that's it. One thing you learned, and take this quiz, right? If you have any additional questions, you can put them right here. I think I answered a bunch of yours via comment. So feel free to leave your questions there. We're collecting all the questions for an FAQ. All right. I'm going to go ahead and no, Elizabeth, you're good. We're just going over on the last class. I'm going to go ahead and pop you into a breakout room. Cohort A, it is your job to stay in the breakout room until you finish. You need some accountability. You got this. You just have this one question, number 5, and then taking your quiz, and then you are done with your assignment. Okay, I want to see every single person who's on this call right now. I want to be sure that they turn in their assignment today before you leave. So I'm going to go ahead and pop you in a breakout room. Let me go ahead and do that now. I'm going to pop you in, and you're going to stay in that room. You can chat with, you're going to chat Miss Yama when you are finished so that she can check you off. All right, so chat with Miss Yama when you are finished so she can check you off and make sure that she can see it on Canvas, right? Then she also will answer any questions that you have. All right, go ahead and jump in. Happy Thursday. I will see you all later. Happy Thursday, y'all. Bye, friends. Jump into your breakout room. Jump in that breakout room. If you are in my first block, jump in a breakout room. Pregunta two, Brandon. Oh, he's already gone. Nice. Hi, everybody. Accelerated. I just had to let you in early because it wasn't letting me type on the screen. That's all. It was being really annoying. So we'll take a break real fast. Take your break. What the heck? Ugh, this thing's making me crazy today. I gotta take a break. All right. BRB.